Hello, I'm John Hemingway. Welcome back to Shropshire. Now, if you are a sheep farmer and you have a sheep vet, they have almost certainly recommended to you that you should carry out routine fecal egg counts on your lambs throughout the grazing season. In fact, you are probably fed up of hearing them talk about fecal egg counting. However, when it comes to parasite control in lambs, fecal egg counts are an invaluable tool, although they're not without their limitations. So give me a couple of minutes of your time and I will run through what you can achieve and what you cannot achieve using fecal egg counts. So what is fecal egg counting? Well, in its most basic form, it is a very simple test. We just take fecal samples from a representative number of lambs in a group, we do a bit of measuring, bit of mixing, we separate the worm eggs out from the rest of the fibre in the sample, we put it under the microscope, count the number of eggs. It is as simple as that. Now you can do this with a microscope and what's called a McMaster slide, or you can use one of a number of automated machines that are on the market now, like the Oversight that we have in the practice. Now, a fecal egg count gives us a reasonably good idea of the worm burden in a group of lambs at any one time. So we can either use them as a standalone test where we've got a problem that we want to diagnose, or we can use them routinely throughout the grazing season to monitor the worm burden in a group of lambs as time passes. The worms are not evenly distributed through your lambs. You'll find that about 20% of your lambs carry about 80% of the worms. So it's really important that we sample at least 10, preferably 15 lambs from that group in order to get a reliable result. Once we've got those results, of course, we can use them to make informed treatment decisions. Basically, do we need to treat? Do we not need to treat? And sometimes, what should we be treating with? That is all part of using anthelmintics more responsibly. Now, there is a certain amount of differentiation that we can do under the microscope at this level, but not very much. Let me show you. Here is a slide. This is what you might see if you were looking down the microscope at a fecal egg count. Now, the big eggs, they are Nematodiarus eggs. We can identify them as being different from everything else. Likewise, the small ones, they are coccidial oocysts, so that is cocci there. Everything else, all the other gutworms that we are concerned about, including Haemoncus, look like that medium-sized egg there. So that's what we can do in terms of differentiation at this level, and not much more. Fecal egg counting is a good tool, but it is a basic one. Take cocci, for example. We cannot split out the dangerous cocci from the harmless ones underneath the microscope. They look exactly the same. With worms, it would be nice to be able to split out Haemoncus eggs easily, because that's the one worm in that group that we have to think about a bit differently. But we can't, they look the same. We have other tools like Famature charts, and you can ask your vet to source these for you if you have a specific Haemoncus problem. But when we've got our fecal egg count result, we have to interpret that in the light of the clinical picture as well. How are your lambs looking? Fecal egg counting every 3 to 4 weeks throughout the grazing season will be absolutely fine. Yes, you absolutely can, and I think it's a really good idea. If you're interested in learning how to do fecal egg counts on your own lambs, we'll speak to your vet about getting hold of a good fecal egg counting kit and helping you learn how to do it. You will be away in no time. That is my quick rundown on fecal egg counting. I hope it was interesting, I hope it was useful, and I'll be along with another video very soon.